You kidding? Oh, I use that all the time. How long have you known me?
Well, a year and a half, apparently. Call back. This will be all the part 2 stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know. You've just completely skirted around the fact that you're wrong about the name for that bit of bread.
I told you how good at diverting.
Explain the
Sidestepping. Skirt.
skirt. How have you come to tea cake?
Because we call, rather than lunch, in fairness, I call it breakfast, lunch and dinner now that I've been living here for a bit.
Correct.
But it's not that far. But breakfast, dinner and tea is the standard in Yorkshire. Well, South Yorkshire. I don't know about other parts of Yorkshire because, it's really territorial up there.
Okay.
They're like really bothered about
Tea cake.
stuff. You know,
About stuff.
just in terms of accents and where you're from and stuff. It's like I've known people get offended if I ask, like, "Oh, you're from South Yorkshire?" It's like, "No, I'm from West Yorkshire." It's like, "Okay,
Right.
mate, it's a fucking 20-minute drive, but crack on."
Postcode wars.
Yeah, properly. Yeah. It's more so than down here.
Disagree.
Really?
I mean, I doubt there's like gangs going around shooting people and doing drive-bys.
Oh,
with
not so
postcodes.
much. Gang wars, granted. It's London's mad for that. But
then
in terms
tribes.
of just accents and I guess almost pride.
Yeah.
In an accent way, rather than where you're from. It's just
Got you.
You know, the accent that you have, kind of thing.
Yeah.
People are super. I don't even know if it's patriotic necessarily, but it's like really proud of being from Yorkshire versus Lancashire, which have, for someone who's not from there, have pretty similar accents, you know. And even I don't know what county it is, but like Newcastle and Middlesbrough, you know, where like really like northeast. Whereas for either like southerners or sometimes foreigners, because there's loads of people, like foreign people in London, that can't quite distinguish. Like I've been asked if I'm Scottish loads of times, like loads of times.
Pitch at the beginning.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, there's a lot of Northerners that are in London that I've met. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing down here? Then, oh, it's a bit expensive for a pint down here, isn't it?" It's like, well, yeah, you've chose to come here. You know the risks.
The risks.
You know the Weatherspoons closing time risks.
Tell you what, well dangerous out London. Fucking
£5
spoons. £5 for a pint.
Oh, it was funny. I came down with. I came down. I was living here. My cousin and his missus at the time, ex-missus, came down just for a weekend or whatever it was, and I met up with him. And it comes up every time. Like I was just kind of used to it. Went to a pub, and bless them, they bought me drinks. They would not let me buy a drink, which is really nice. Shout out David.
Shout out David.
And he went to the bar and came back, and it got like me and him had a beer, and his missus had whatever, like vodka lemonade or some kind of like mixer.
Yeah.
And it was like, cost me 20 quid this.
That's a Friday night, that.
Could have gone round Barnsley for this price. What, I think I'm meeting Queen? London Eye tickets? Don't think so. We're going up Shard. We're on the bloody holiday this. Could have gone to Malaga. Could have gone to Skegness.
Ibizza.
Ibizza. Pizza in Ibizza. But she probably kicked off. She's like, it's expensive here. It's expensive in London. And we were just like, oh, yeah, we can still have a laugh about it.
I think my jaw nearly hit the floor when I went to Lincoln, and I got like a mixer for like £2.50.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you guys.
To be honest, even in Coventry, it's probably a little bit more now. But I always wondered when I was studying there, I was like, "There's so many Londoners here." I'm like, "Why would you come to this place?" It's like it's a small town, you know this, and it's only when I came here that I was like, "Oh, fair." It's like compared to London, student life's quality here.
Yeah.
So everything's clubs compared to accommodation to uni. Everything's about a 10-minute walk, if that. You can get taxis. There's no need for it unless you feel unsafe walking home, for example. Yeah. But, the student bar there was called Quids Inn. Which is a lovely play on words. That's what it says on the tin. And you could have a pint of, if you wanted to be, like, really dutty, you could have a pint of Carlsberg for
Someone's
£2.
been in London a while. Dutty.
Is dutty London?
It's like a Caribbean thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, we use that up north.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
Didn't know that there were Jamaicans up north.
Overspill. We're trying to sort the situation now.
Regional crossover. Whoops.
And a double rum and coke, and decent rum, it would be like Morgan Spiced, would be £2.50. Yeah, right. Would be £2.50. And then they eventually upped it to £3, which I thought was an absolute rip-off, so I started having dark rum instead. Yeah. For some reason, dark rum was cheaper. I don't know if it's any stronger than... Yeah, true. It was you could either have Bacardi or Morgan Spiced for like, was £2.50, then £3, and then dark rum, which was just regular Morgans, to be fair, or like Kraken or something like that.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, that's it. I do like rum. £2.50. Oh, but yeah, good times. And then all the they had Jaeger bombs for £2.50. Oh, they had J bombs.
What?
J bombs for £2. Is that more or less? Is that really cheap or
only
really a lot?
Like 4 years ago? 5?
How old do you think I am? It was a while, to be fair. We're talking 2012 to 15 is when I was at uni.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that. It was a fair bit ago. Yeah. 6,
like
7.
No, from 2015, yeah.
I'm talking, like, 2012 is when I was in Freshers.
Okay.
Graduated in... Absolutely.
Back in day.
Back when you were in fucking preschool.
When I was in... year 11.
Yeah.
No,
Never
250.
felt old in my life. What are you doing to me, Tara?
My job.
My job as a reporter.
Tara Powell's on the scene.
Tara who? Powell's.
Bowalis.
I loved that. Shout out Gemma.
Brap, no, I was saying 250.
Is that good?
Jaeger bomb now is like 650.
Jesus, are you kidding?
Maybe 5 if you go to... No, in spoons it's like 4. But where they don't actually have... There was a little bubble that spat out.
Absolutely broken the mic.
They haven't got Jaeger in spoons anymore. They've got Striker.
Oh, yeah, Striker bomb.
Brexit thing. Yeah.
Why? What's that with?
Because they import Jaeger and...
What, like from Germany?
Yeah, I guess. And once Brexit was announced, they basically just like cancelled the wholesale order and got the UK.
Is that when it went?
Yeah, so Striker's like the UK version of Jaeger bomb.
But we had J bombs in a couple of clubs, which I don't know. They absolutely watered it down, and they had it was either weaker or something. It tasted like Jaeger, it tasted the same, but then the energy drink they used rather than like Red Bull.
Boost.
No, we didn't even have Boost. We had Emerge. Have you heard of Emerge?
No. Why do energy drinks sound like off-brand clubs in Ibizza?
Impulse.
Prism.
Infernos. Fired up. Yeah, so Emerge, which I knew of because when I was back home, we sold it in the shop I worked at when I first ever had a job.
1982.
Circa. Oh, God, we used to sell like 24 cans of it, which were like the same size as Red Bull and stuff.
Yeah.
For like, I don't know, £8.
Oh, this hurts me.
It's honestly,
This hurts.
honestly, If I'd have got discount there, if we sold out, well, I did have discount. I got 15% off Charlotte Farm Foods. Not really, it's the worst place to work in the world. Apart from Nando's. I'm just bitching on everyone now.
Oh, do you know what? I was going to do a little segment about retail horror stories.
We can do that.
If you got a story, I meant to ask you.
I've absolutely got several retail horror stories. Absolutely. But yeah, so we sold that there. We got 15% off, so we actually sold Ben & Jerry's, which I'm Ben & Jerry's fiend, and they had like Thorntons as well, which are...
Fiend.
Fiend.
I've never heard someone refer to themselves
Really?
as Ben & Jerry's fiend.
Are you kidding? Oh, I use that all the time. How long have you known me?
Well, a year and a half, apparently. Call back. This will be all the part 2 stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, we're getting a part 2. I feel special.
Yeah, well, we're at 110 now, so
Oh, shit.
I might have to.
What were we on about? So selling Emerge, £8 a sofa, 24 cans. That were ridiculous, man. But yeah, like you sell Ben & Jerry's and stuff now for like, it's like £5 a pop.
Yeah,
some places. It's
£5,
crazy.
yeah.
Whereas sometimes it's like on sale for like $3 or $3.50 or something like that.
AKA the only time I will ever buy that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. 'Cause especially if I'm having it in one sitting, I'm not paying a £5
For a meal.
one sitting. For dessert, I've already paid for the meal.
For tea.
I've already paid for tea. This is supper. Yeah, we sold them, and the decent flavours, they were like proper chocolate brownie and cookie dough and stuff like the standard ones.
Yeah.
For like £2.50 before our discount. No, £2. I'm lying.
Oh
It was
my
£2.
god!
Yeah, so we'd get it for what, $1.75? I think is 15% off. Might be total. Yeah, $1.75 for a tub of Ben & Jerry's. How stupid is that?
Very.
No wonder I'm fat.
I have to start a new track, a new project, because it wouldn't let me record for some
Oh
reason.
man, you'll be able to mix it though in post.
Yeah.
You'll love saying post.
Burst.
Post.
Burst.
Post.
Burst.
Right. Hey up. Hey up, duck.
I was trying to work on a Geordie accent. It's really fucking hard.
What, for True Geordie?
Yes.
You're going to meet him one day.
apologise. Geordie's
Fucking
hard.
picking your fights.
All I can do is imitate Chris Ramsey from... Have you heard...
I know Crims. Yeah.
You know
Comedian.
him personally.
Yeah, I taught him drums. Went to uni together.
Taught him everything he knows. Strictly. Only.
Fucking cleaning windows before I got to it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, I've got fucking... When I'm cleaning windows...
The right knee slapper.
No, the podcast.
What, Chris Ramsey or George?
No, Chris Ramsey.
Forgot his surname.
That's my only reference point for copying for like doing a Geordie accent.
What about Geordie Shaw?
Christopher. Welcome to.
Or like Will
Shag
N.E. I
Married
feel like
Annoyed.
you'd watch Will N.E.
I definitely watch Will and E.
He's Geordie, innit?
Yeah.
I am.
Not 'cause
I don't
he's
take him,
Geordie.
it's a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like him.
Why not?
No, I don't really. I don't really watch him. It's more when he features in some like the Sidemen stuff.
XO.
What's XO? Is that a Sidemen thing,
No, that's the thing with
or is that Gossip Girl?
Lawrence and it's kisses and hugs. It's the
Oh
thing
right,
with
literally. Like, okay,
no,
fair.
it's the thing with Lawrence from True Geordie podcast.
Yeah, he's quite funny. He doesn't get enough credit.
No, I feel like he and James have the same sense of humour and the same like style. Like really clever, witty jokes on the sly.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm on a kid. Yeah. James is funny. I like James.
That sounds so sarcastic.
No.
James is funny.
I
like
like
James.
James. I like trains. Drink. Just not even subtle
I didn't
about
know
it
this
anymore.
bit was in the. I didn't know this was in the cut. I thought we were gonna.
Well, we're still drinking. We can just be smashed when we recut it, or whatever you call it. I don't know.
In burst.
In burst. Which is in burst. First class.
Retail horror stories.
Oh, yes.
Have you got a hot one? A hot take?
Hot take?
Hot take.
Yes, I do. From my time back in the place that I may or may not currently work.
Back in the place I may or may not currently work.
In the place.
In Pear Electronics.
Fruit shop, we prefer to be called, but...
Fruit of the Loom.
Subtle, Tara, nice. Love it. Yeah, so someone came in, wanted a screen protector for a Samsung device, obviously.
Wink for the listeners.
So they came in for a Samsung device or some other non-fruit related company. And
right.
Yeah, so the machine, we've got like a little press. So we've got a little machine for them. You put it in and it's got like, it's a little packaging and it's got a couple of holes, like a big hole and a small hole, so you know which way to put it up in this little press thing. So you put it in, you clean the Samsung phone, and you can put it in usually, and it's dead easy to put a screen protector on. And it's, decent quality, really well priced, great cheap price.
Of course.
Wouldn't expect anything less. And the machine all the screens were broken. They've been broken for a while, so the company that makes them took them back and were meant to re-release them whenever. So someone came in and they were like, cool, want a screen? I'm like, okay, we don't have the machines for them. We've got these ones that we do in the press, or we've got a manual one. And Tara, when I say we've either got a press or a manual one, what would you assume that manual one would entail?
For a screen protector?
Yeah.
Like the little peel and stick one?
Right. So, and who would have to do that?
Well, the person buying it, because it's manual.
Which is also what I assumed.
And most human beings that comprehend the English language would probably think, but...
Which is what I thought,
Something
but...
tells me that this customer was thinking otherwise, Tom. I've got a funny feeling. I've got a hunch.
I just wanted to clarify that with you, and I'm very glad you agreed, because that would have ruined the story if not.
What do you think manual means? It means you do it.
It's like, you do it for me, you prick.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
So,
Thank you very much.
So, cashed it through, and I know I've tried doing one before. It went horrendously, but I thought, you know what? Being as this machine's down, I'll try and do this one because I know how much of a pain they are. So I tried doing it. It didn't go great, and I said, look, I'm sorry. I've messed this up. I'm happy to offer you a refund or an exchange for it, but you'll have to put it on yourself. And they were just not having it. They were like, excuse me? It's like, so you put my card through, but I have to put it through myself. I'm like, well, it's a manual one. It's like, I shouldn't have done this in the first place. It's like, I could have quite easily just said, you've got to do it yourself, but I thought I'd try and help.
Yeah.
And it just basically went in circles for that. Started properly shouting. Like, no, I'm not leaving. I don't care what you have to do. I want this screen on. I want this screen protector on. Now. It's like, get a manager. So I was like, what? I'm happy to get a manager, but what are you wanting the manager to do?
Yeah.
Because they'll just offer you a refund or an exchange, just as I'm doing. They won't be any better at putting it on for you, because they don't do it. They're managing.
Yeah.
And
secretly, that's what the managers. They're just upstairs
just
because
in their own time.
They got their promotions because of their skills.
Got 15 screen protectors up there. It's like, this is
Prestige.
Never getting damaged. It's like bulletproof, mate. Went back and forth for a while. She ended up walking off and grabbing a colleague, not even a manager, just grabbed the first person she saw, brought them back over. So the colleague agreed. They were like, yeah, it's a manual one. It's like, I know it's manual, but I didn't know I had to do it myself. I was like, ooh, it's like miscommunication, granted, but no. And got another colleague who was like, I guess, one step above me in terms of, it's not even like supervisor and stuff, it's just a different role. But they get paid more and they know more and stuff like that. So yeah, came over. It's like, look, you've got two options. Can do a refund, or I can exchange it, try it again, and I'll try and put it on. If it doesn't go well, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, you'll have to do it. And the customer was like, oh, well, if I'd have known it was DIY, I would have taken it home and done it another day. And I was like, well, I've offered you a refund, so you can have a refund or an exchange and do that.
Yeah. I didn't know that this manual option meant I had to do it with my hands. How dare you?
And it's so it's quite petty little things. I'm sure people have probably had worse, but it's just really little petty common sense kind of issues that I've got to deal with.
I remember when I worked at we're going by code names.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've had some funny ones.
I can't be asked to come up with a clever code name, so when I
outing them.
No, wait, I have to remember what the story was that I was going to say then.
That'd be a good start.
Oh, it's not even a specific story. It was just a common trait when I used to work at Sparks and Mensa that we would have really
fucking awful. Crack on. S&M. Could be construed very differently, Tara, but we'll crack on.
This was in London, not Amsterdam. I would just like to clarify. No, it was just a common thing when I worked at Sparks and Mensa that people would expect me to push the trolley for them and then take the shopping off the shelf and put it in for them. You're really, like, Tom is really scrunching his face up at
I'm confused, because unless you're a personal shopper, I can't imagine why that would be a scenario.
That's what I thought, but...
Were you on the tills?
No,
Would they come in to pay and they were just like,
excuse
me, I know you're expecting me to buy things here, or, like, pay for them, but do you mind just, like, helping me shop first? Yeah.
No, I was working on the floor, so I'd be
Why
putting...
were you on the floor? Were you doing the work?
Cooling. No. Practicing my skills.
Just breakdancing.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Just B-girl out in the middle of the shop floor. No.
Pitbull's a big fan. Get on the floor.
Yo, somebody drop a beat. Grabs some beetroot, just flings it on the ground.
Yeah. Let's take this to the bread aisle.
Did someone say beef?
It's not the only beef here. Ooh, come on, Margaret.
Oh my god, everyone I worked with was middle-aged, so they were literally called, like, Victoria, Melanie...
Sponge cake.
Tea cake.
We had a transfer from the Sheffield branch.
Just outside Sheffield, apparently.
Not really, but yes.
A fake Sheffield.
Yeah. Almost, but not quite.
Yep. No, they were just... It was always rich customers who would, like, come over and say, "Where are the trolleys?" And I'd say, "Oh, they're just over here." Yeah, I'll have one small one, please.
Joking. It's not a takeaway, mate.
I would get the trolley for them.
Do you have to use your own pound as well to get them out?
Yeah, I was shelling out 50 quid a week.
half my tips went there. Straight back into the trolley bay. I'm still waiting for someone to eject it.
No, they were free because they were indoors. But I would take it out for them and I would be like, "There you go," and then try to do a U-turn as quickly as I could before they asked me to get anything.
Southern, I just want to say in terms of the inside trolley things, Southern Sparks and Mensas are a lot more trusting than Northern Sparks and Mensas.
Right. You've got to put a fiver in up north.
I was going to say, you've got to be a fiver. It's still inside, but it's still under lock and key. You've got to hand them your driving licence. It's basically like when you take out a tab at a pub. So we'll hold on to that.
Got my eye on you, buddy.
It's like we do not trust you.
No, I worked in the one on Oxford Street. So these are upmarket customers.
Yeah, that must have been busy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But it was that kind of thing where I'd hand them the trolley, and then before I could get away, they would say, common one was, that really pissed me off, was, "Where's flour?" And I would say, "Flour for cooking or flowers?"
For the garden.
Flowers. Yeah, I'd say fresh flowers or flour for cooking. And they say fresh. And I take them to the flowers, like the plants. And they're like, no, I'm making a cake. I want fresh. I want the best, the best flour. I'm like,
where are they from? What accent is this?
Country.
Okay.
No, it was near Edgware Road.
I'm baking a cake. Where's the fresh flour?
It was just off of Edgware Road, and there were so many, like, super rich Saudi customers and a lot of women who would spend shit tons of money.
Profiling.
And I'm not even trying to throw in stereotypes because I worked on the tills. The amount of time, right? We're meant to kind of.
If you've been on the tills, no stereotypes count.
We're meant to flag.
Yeah, I bet Boris Johnson's been on the tills for a while as well, hasn't he?
Not a Tory.
Fucking Nigel Farage invented the fucking tills, didn't he?
Well, I've already shouted out Nigel, so, you know, my boy.
Part 1, people might not listen to that. They're like, who's this geezer? I'll listen to
no
part 2.
one's listening this far anyway. Fucking 4 people.
Hey, 4 valued listeners.
Joking. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Once again,
it's all the
as always.
support. I'm one of those valued listeners. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you're here.
Thank you very much. Has Saudi got anything to do with it, or...?
Yes. Yes. The only customers in...
I've never had to play the race card before. I've never been in this
I
position.
haven't been in London long enough, that's why. The only... Right, there were 3 types of customers in that branch of Sparks and Mensa.
Sure.
Category 1, rich, super
It's like
rich.
DEFCON 1. Or DEFCON 5, this is the subtle ones.
For God's sake. 3 categories. Rich Arab customers, because it is just around the corner from like the largest population of like rich Arabs in central London.
Sure.
Category 2, rich English customers of all races. Not specifying on that, but like generally older.
You do your thing, Tara. Yeah, you do your thing.
Generally older or middle-aged people who lived in West London and had money to spare.
Otherwise known as boomers, perhaps.
Okay. And category 3, tourists. And that is it. Those are the 3 types of people that shop in that particular store. So yeah. I have so many stories, but I'm saving that for a future episode, so stay tuned, guys. Thank you, 3 of you, for listening.
I'm not worth it.
We can catch up. We'll do a call-in special. It's time for the game.
The game.
Do you want to play a game?
What was that? Was that meant to be Jigsaw, or?
Yeah, but I'm sort of half reading, and
Nah.
I told you I'm not with it right now. I'm past
Or
that
Batman,
point.
or what?
I've just gone like, oh, I'm in the slump right now. I don't know.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad I've got your attention.
I'm here all week.
Worthwhile episode.
It was.
Can't wait for the next drum lesson. Drink. Jump, 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 jump. Yes.
That was overly dramatic. It really didn't need to be. You thirsty?
You're thirsty, love.
Thomas!
Yes.
The train terminates very soon. We're calling it our last stop. The game. I've
Drink.
got... Oh, fuck. I walked into that as well.
Yeah, you did. You made that.
I forgot about that. Let's go jump. So, I've got 6 questions for you. I've got 2 rounds of 3.
Okay.
Right?
Good maths.
Yes. Quick maths. So this is the final stop on this chaotic train from just outside Sheffield to London. And
Bad route to take.
Yeah, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
It's just long.
Much like this
I don't know how
episode.
much you want to... What's a train word for not derail, but detract?
It's not that.
Oh, for changing lanes.
You're reaching. I feel like we should just drink and save you the misery.
I'll think of it later. I will drink, because I like drinking. But not for you. I'm drinking for me.
It's self-partnered, self-shit-faced.
Absolutely.
This is for me.
I'm an independent drunk.
I'm a strong, independent alcoholic who don't need no man.
But yeah, Doncaster's a better way to go. Unless you want to go to Sheffield, then Sheffield's probably a better way to go.
Yeah, I should think that going to Sheffield would be a better way to go to Sheffield if you're trying to go to Sheffield.
Actually, no, it's an hour longer. So fuck you, Kyle. I mean, Tara.
What the fuck is up, Kyle? No, dude. What did you say, dude? Shut the fuck up, Kyle. Is my favourite vine.
Oh,
Thanks
God.
for asking.
Yeah, we love Family Guy.
What the fuck is up, Kyle?
What the fuck is up, Kyle? No, what did you say, dude? What the fuck, dude? Step the fuck up, Kyle.
Question 1.
Smooth. Smooth jazz.
Okay.
for
Should I point out I can't hear anything on the monitoring, so I have no idea how terrible I sound right now.
Probably very.
Yes. Question 1. Round 1. Question 1. Which 1994 film that was recently remade with an all-star cast was the highest grossing movie that year?
What?
What was the highest grossing movie of 1994? Clue is, it was recently remade with an all-star cast.
1994. Oh,
Also, I should
is
point
that
out-
what you were asking when I was born?
Yes, I was going to say that is
that's-
the reference.
Oh, that's a dirty tactic.
So yeah, I should have prefaced round 1 is based on films of 1994.
Oh, that's such a dirty tactic. When I was 0 years old, I'm supposed to
Come on, man.
know the
Keep
fucking
up.
film history.
You were 2 months old. Come on.
90s. I don't know, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Come on, you should know. Recently remade with an all-star cast.
What year was it remade?
This year, I believe. Or
This
released.
year?
Came out, I think, this year. Do you want a clue?
Yeah, please.
Beyonce's in it.
Oh, Lion King. Oh, was that 94?
Yep.
Oh, what
Do
a
you know
good
what?
year to be alive.
Do my very well. You should know.
I didn't know that was from 94 at all.
yeah, when
that
I
was
did-
such an easy clue. You
when I
need to
did my
give harder clues.
research, I realised 94 was a fucking great year for
Life.
movies.
You're right, yeah.
No, 96 was better.
Debatable.
That's my line. That's my joke. Don't milk my joke.
Derailable.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking hell, Tara.
Wait,
Jesus, I bet that's peaked and all. Jeez.
no, it's like just
Compress.
all.
Yeah. Command A or Control A in your case with your fucking ancient laptop.
Right, we're short on time. Right, no time to mock me. Question 2.
Go on then, HP.
Shush.
Windows Media Player.
It's Throwback Thursday every day. Question 2.
Yeah, Acer in this.
Oh, fuck off. Question 2. This film was the 6th highest grossing of 1994. Inspired. You're going to get this. You're going to get this.
Go on then.
Inspired by the surname.
Really fucking Titanic or some shit.
No, surname of the author of Belinda Blinked.
Oh, the Flintstones.
Ding! Came out in 94.
Oh, you're
Sixth
playing to your
sixth
audience
grossest.
here, aren't you?
6th highest grossing movie of 94.
It was
What
gross
the
as
fuck?
fuck.
Fucking disgusting. Question 3. I've got to race through these. We're running out of time. All right, question 3.
I've got 15 minutes. There's no one's going to book this afterwards. We're fine. And I've rigged it so it stays. The power stays on.
The
You
second.
laugh, but I've rigged it.
What do you mean you've rigged it? The power always stays on.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
They've
it
got
does.
kill switches in the rooms. They do.
I've stayed over like 2 minutes. Or in fact,
2 minutes. Oh!
I stayed over like 15 minutes actually.
2 minutes. Oh,
Living life on the edge,
gosh.
man.
Oh, Jesus. I've stayed in like an hour or two before.
No, I stayed like 15 minutes extra.
Oh, 15 minutes. Oh,
All right, sorry, I'm not.
don't want to be tardy.
Please, I'm very good at that.
I know you are.
Yep. Question 3. The second highest grossing could have been a short film if Uber was around at the time. Little callback to podcast episode 4.
Podcast episode for a callback. That was like the most recent episode.
Exactly.
Taxi something taxi. Fake taxi. Shout out to my male listeners.
Took me a second to realise.
second? Say it
This
again.
episode is not sponsored.
Not yet. Bam, chicka, wow, wow.
The second highest grossing movie of 1994 could have been a short film if Uber was around at the time.
Could have been
And if they had Deliveroo for the chocolate.
Is this something you've added in, or is this a general... You know, in terms of the could have been around when Uber was... Is that a clue?
Not really. That's more of a joke.
It's got to be something to do with public transport or taxis. 1994.
Not quite.
No?
No. Think back to Train of Thought podcast. Episode 4, part 1, featuring Gemma Fahey.
I know, I enjoyed that, and I can't remember it.
Do you want to say that a bit louder for the people at the back? Boost that
I
SEO.
enjoyed that, but I can't remember it. Countdown.
Forrest Gump. Should have booked
How
a
was that
fucking Uber, mate.
How is that related to Uber?
Because you weren't listening to the podcast. That was a whole segment. Gemma and I were riffing
that's
off.
harsh.
Nah.
That's harsh.
Can't let you have 6 out of 6 anyway.
No.
Are you ready for round number 2? Clearly not.
Yes.
Round 2. What is... Oh, fuck, I didn't write the full question. What is the drummer... I have to do a little memory recall.
Mm-hmm.
The drummer of Animals as Leaders? Is that the name?
Oh, you don't even know the question.
No, because I didn't write the question. I just wrote the answer and I forgot.
It's Matt Gartzker.
Full name.
Oh, behave.
I thought you called me a bitch then.
Oh, bitch. Full name?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I want the middle name.
Why? No one knows him by that.
No.
You're a drummer.
No,
You're a drummer.
Say that louder for the people in the back.
Sorry, I get very competitive.
Didn't want to play anyway. No, the middle name is noteworthy.
James?
No.
Noteworthy, is it?
It's
No, don't tell me.
a famous composer.
I know. Oh, fuck.
Also, if you know the band Phoenix.
I don't. Matthew. Wolfgang.
Ding! He's got it.
Yes! It's Wolfgang.
Yes.
Gartzker.
Yes, correct. Question 5. What year was Rob Borden born?
Oh, gosh. God, you've gone in on these.
You two went to school together. Come on.
994 then.
Back in days.
What year was he born, did you say?
Yes.
Oh, it's got to be like 91? 90?
Oof, no.
92?
No.
Oh, older.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It didn't seem that...
Also-
oh, mine, yeah. You know what? Yeah, actually, yeah.
There is a...
86?
No.
85?
You got one more guess.
One more guess then. After I said that extra guess. Higher or lower?
Older.
Okay. Older than 86. I'm going to go 83.
No, it's 1979.
You joking?
Nope.
So he's 40 now then?
Also shares a birthday with my friend Yasmin. Shout out to Yasmin. January the 20th.
Who the fuck's it now? Okay.
1979. Side note, there's a song by a band called Me Without You, who's got a song called January 1979. And as soon as I wrote this question, and as soon as I've read it just now, it's stuck in my head. So
I can't believe you've asked that question.
I did this research with you in the room as well. I'm
Did
that
ya?
good. Yeah, I'm that good.
Well, you said that good. I say that unprepared.
Well, debatable.
Debatable. Derailed.
I hate this.
God. Diverted. Diverted is the word I was thinking of. Drink your fucking drink.
It's fairly warm now. It's not very nice.
Oh, what a shame.
It is.
What an absolute shame.
Question 6. That was so nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if this is the
I
full...
thought you said it was question 6.
No, I'm counting.
I know you're counting, but what are you counting?
I'm going to get to
Is
that.
it a math question or what?
What's 15% of... Carry the 1.
Divide by the square root of 3.
Right, I don't know if this is the full history of Avenged Sevenfold's drummers, but at least a snapshot of them.
Okay.
So, between 1999 and 2015, there have been 4 drummers. Can you name? I'll give you... You can get 3 of the 4.
I can do 3. I can do 4.
Go on, bonus point.
I think, in chronological order, the Rev.
Ding!
So Jimmy Sullivan. Then Portnoy. Fuck, what's his first name? Begins with M. Something.
Portnoy.
Mike Portnoy.
Correct.
Because that's when I actually saw him live. He was filling in. And then they got Aaron Illahay, which is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Illahay, even though it's like LJ or some shit like that.
LJ.
And then they've recently got Brooks Wackerman.
Correct. 2 full points. Well done.
On it.
Got the bonus as well.
I only knew the Brooks recently. I knew the other stuff, but yeah. Oh, good. The Rev were a sick drummer. If you don't know Avenged Sevenfold, listen to City of Evil and Avenged Sevenfold. Really good albums. Crack on.
Drummer, party on, dude.
The new stuff. Skirt.
Skirt. Okay, well done. Oh, that was horrible.
Tara, come on, man.
That was horrible.
I know I've made you. I know I've made you drink a few times, but come on.
Okay.
You've edited that out or all the other podcasts. I didn't realise you burped as much.
I'm really good at editing. What can I say? Right, we need to do the little wrap up. We're doing
a wrap. Oh, you dropped your phone. You dropped your phone.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is West Brompton.
So, thank you, Tom.
You're
You've
welcome.
been a fantastic guest.
Thank you.
Somewhat. Not
Yeah.
as good as Gemma, but yeah. You qualified.
Oh, that's fine. Gemma was good. I'll give her that.
Your
This is
burps
why
were
I came on
outstanding.
second, not first. I didn't want to set the bar.
No. You wanted to be outdone.
Just be a disappointment. Yeah, it's been really fun. I've enjoyed this. Subscribe to my YouTube channel,
Which is...
thetotpodcast.com.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Great drumming content
follow
over
me
there.
on Instagram at _pod.
The top pod _
But yeah, if you do actually like drum related and sarcastic content, that was a weird way of saying it, but I've had a few to drink. Content. Yeah, if anyone's that's listening to this does want drum lessons, I do teach sober.
well,
as Tara can possibly
testify.
the odd lesson she can testify.
Yes.
The rest potentially not. But yeah, I do teach drum lessons.
And they're jolly good fun, might I say.
Oh, good, thank you. I do enjoy them as well. Oh god, this is fucking unprofessional of me.
I recommend everybody gets drunk with their tutors.
I do teach kids as well, but more in the morning when I'm sober.
How many sellers do you crack?
So if anyone's listening to this thinking, my child would like to learn drums, I do teach drums and they get good results on the tests. Exams even, not tests. Oh, I'm not selling myself at all. Oh, should we call it there? And then the fucking podcast thing overlays going.
Oh god, right. Well, basically for general drumming related content and or potential drumming lessons with Tom, go hit him up at Tom Ainsworth Drums on Instagram. Email is
at info. No, I'm pushing it. info@tomsdrumlessons.com.
ding. or anything, any website, anything else?
I've got a YouTube channel as well. If you just type in YouTube Tom Ainsworth drums, you should find my videos if you want to see what I'm actually like playing.
Nah, I
But
wouldn't bother.
otherwise, Tom Ainsworth drums. Cheers, Tara.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Very nice. So good.
Thank you very much. Don't burp.
Thank you very much.
Until next time, you'll hear me, and I'll be back with yet another special guest, number 3. 3 is the magic number. Presenter voice. Welcome to the smooth sounds of the TOT podcast. ASMR! Thank you for listening. Goodbye. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
Piss heads out.